Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday, December 3rd already. Today, just a minute, I got to turn my air on. It's hot. Um, uh, Thank you, Barb and Robin, for being here. Um, Today, I'm going to be making this Hexagon Candy Box. And so it has two compartments so that you can have like two different types of candy. And these are, or cookies, or whatever you want. And they're removable so that you can share, hey, precious pieces. So, like, you can share this with somebody and have one for yourself at your table at or whatever. And you can put whatever you want in it. So, or you can just not even use these and have a whole box of things. So they make really great gifts, and you can use them for other things. Doesn't have to be candy or cookies, but that's always sweet to have. Hi, Marilyn, precious pieces, Stephanie. Um, so anyway, so this is my prototype. I did it in the white cardstock and then red, so it still ends up being festive. And and acetate, which is also a option. You could just leave it open. So anyway, so that's what I'm making today. And I'm going to be, my materials I'll be using, um, and the pattern is by, the template is by Simply Crafty, SVGs. She's here on YouTube, but I got the Hexagon, it's called the Hexagon Candy Box, and I got it from Creative Fabric, so you can get it there. So the materials I'm using is clear acetate sheets from Cricut, and then I'm going to use blue, light blue uh, cardstock at 65 weight pounds from Recollections. And then I'm going to be using the sapphire blue from the Sparkle Paper Bejeweled Sampler, also from Cricut. Okay, Bobby, we'll be quiet. Bobby's sneaking in from work. And then I'm also going to be using, she uses glue. I don't know how old the video is, but she has the video and she uses glue. I'm not really a glue person. I don't have patience for it to dry, and I do have the good kind. And it's just messy. Anyway, so I'm using the Dollar Tree double-sided tape. And then I have all my materials cut. So let's get started. I'm also going to be, so I already pre-made one of the sections, the inside section. And I'll also be using a bone folder just to make my edges more sharp. Okay. So the first thing that we start with is the top, and we put that acetate in there, and the acetate comes with a clear coating on both sides. Hi, Sharon, welcome in. And it hasn't been difficult to remove. Thank you, Robin. I do too. I used to do paper crafts all the time. And then when I retired from teaching paper stamping up, then kind of got away from, well, when I got my Cricut. And I still did paper crafts. I did card making. So with the Cricut Joy. Okay, so I'm going to pull in some more light because I need to see. When I made my prototype, well, actually, when I made my ornament boxes, which I'll show real quick. These are the ornament boxes that I made for the teacher ornaments that my kids are going to be doing. So it's the flat round. They're not decorated. The only thing that they got in there now is the glitter. We still have to put the faces on because they make um snowman. So anyway, so I use the scoring tool instead of the scoring blade, I guess you would call it, in my Cricut because I don't want to have to switch it. Okay, I'm just going to move this out of my way so I can get this done. And this is a metal ruler from Cricut. You can probably get them elsewhere too. It's just mystery boxes, those that know. You get things and then you get things you didn't know you needed. Okay, here's my score lines. And so now I need it. So I'm glad I have it because now I can I use it with the rotary blade. Hey, Ruji, welcome in. So I'm just going to go ahead and before I get the acetate glued on here, I'm going to just uh, score get my score lines. Get this pressed up here so that I don't have to handle the top so much when I get the acetate on there because, fingerprints. And then I know there's one here. So these boxes are good at any time of the year, and you can also embellish it, Robin. I know you're going to. So I was thinking, having that like the belly band, making a belly band, and then you could do like the flowers, or you could do like a bow, paper bow, just to keep it closed when you're giving it as a gift. If someone happens to say hi and I don't respond, it's because someone decided I needed to do some work here. Yes, it's difficult. I remember when I had to do that when I was working. My desk was out in the open, and so um, I had to keep my computer was raised with and it had drawers and stuff. So I had to keep my phone underneath there. And then I wore a headset with my long hair. They couldn't see that. It was one that goes around your neck and then just goes into your ear. I didn't do earbuds. Okay, so when I did this before, okay, so when I put the tape on this one, I put it close to the opening and the acetate actually fills up this whole thing. So for this one, I'm going to put it around the outer edge and it gets covered up when you do when you put the pieces together. So anyway, I had to go in the other storage room and thank goodness I found my bin that I have with all the extra tape because I thought I'd have to like run out to Dollar Tree this morning because I used up all that tape on the boxes and then the prototype. Yes. Yeah, and I'm going to continue to play with this and I pulled out some black paper and I have some really pretty black and silver decorative paper that'll look pretty on the and of course it's from the Elegance collection that doTERRA used to have. I don't doTERRA. Excuse me. Cricket used to have. I don't know if they still do or not. I haven't been in. on their website in a long time. Um, but my son, well, I'm not going to do his real fancy, but I can do like in black and gray, and he'll be 50 in next month, early next month. So got to get ready for that. And if you saw last Wednesday, I made his old like odometer, but old. It's from. It was the odometer turning from 49 to 50. He loved it. I told him he had to wear it now because he's 49 turning 50, so he has to wear it. But he knows he wanted that shirt, and my daughter-in-law said, "Hey mom, can you make this?" Yes. It was easy to make. And I like it. I'm gonna do one for my 69 turning to 70, and that one I'll do a tutorial how I made it because I didn't use anybody's um, template. It's just squares and slicing in, and but I think I'll make mine out of glitter HTV. I thought glow in the dark would be fun too. Let me move my because the glow in the dark heat transfer vinyl is it looks white and then it glows. But I'm not really out in the dark. So how's everybody doing? Um, I know a lot of you live where it's cold. Marilyn, I saw your Christmas the tree farm. I miss going to the mountains, going through the forest and stuff. Okay. So the thing about this double-sided tape is you got to make sure you're putting it down right, putting your item down right because it will come back. I mean, you can't get it off. And this acetate draws the cardstock up. Okay. So if you're doing this, you got to make sure you don't touch in the middle here because fingerprints. So now this is the second one that I've done. The first one I did, and it's not that I did it too close. I started it too close. I mean, I started it right along the edge, and now that I'm looking at it, that's probably the better way to do it because then these flaps or these actually cover up around here. And I did it close to the edge now, to the outer edge, and now this didn't fully cover it. But if you ever come across one of these, it's a glue residue eraser. I had these when I taught Stampin' Up, and um, and that will remove this glue from the outer edge that I have there. So I'm not going to do it right now, but it's just it comes off. I use it all the time when I'm making the cake toppers. So you just rub it like this on that edge where the glue is, and it comes off. So um this one I got at Dollar Tree, and then just pick it off. I'm using my thing. So I'm going to do that later. Okay, so that's the first thing that you do, and then the next thing you do is you get the panels on. So this is the panel where the top, and when you cut this part out, then you have that, and then you can actually put it on the bottom of the box. I didn't do it on this one, but I will. I meant to, but so then you have a little something for the bottom, because what else are you going to do with that? All right, so oh, my hair. Anybody got any snow that that needs to be shoveled? I mean, I'm not volunteering, but I'm just because my my family up north, they get a dusting, and it's usually gone as soon as the sun comes up. But I haven't heard if they had any this season yet. Can y'all hear me? Everybody must be working in the background. Hmm. Sorry, I'm being silent. Okay. Then we're just going to stick this on the top, kind of center it. I like that. The sapphire is just so beautiful. And then when I put this up on it, then this actually looks like a periwinkle. which it's still beautiful. All right, so then now we're going to put our panels on. And these you need to be mindful of that they're not exactly square, and so they just need to make sure before you put them down on here permanently. This one's the easy one. Okay, thank you, Bobby. Yeah, I already have my box um, for the next week picked out, and so this challenge, it's like I've always made my schedule. I get my ideas because in case I need to like get something, and I always like to um, wear something that goes along with what I'm making, and so. Um, so anyway, so I do that, and then we're doing this. Some of us are doing I think 80 of us or something like that are doing this challenge for social media. It's but Craftable Things is putting it on. Hey, Lady Bear. Yeah, I figure everybody's like working. They're not chatty. Anyhow, so we one of the things is to get everything prepped as far as like get your calendar ideas, and so I'm excited because I love organization. My life is better with organization, and it's like I having everything prepped before I go live is the way I like it, because then I'm not frazzled. It's like, oh, what did I forget? You know. So so anyway, so I got excited when I saw this box and I go, oh, and then I can wear this shirt and da da da. So so I got it. So I'll be cutting out when I'm done here, not live, but I'm gonna cut out the template. Um and and then I'll be brushing that in tomorrow on the Pachac crew, and then I'll make the project next Wednesday. Marilyn, and is it in other people's chats or is it just in this one? Because I'm using Restream. On Wednesdays, I use Restream because I can usually get my project done. I can get my project done under 2 hours, and that's what Restream. They just gifted, and Restream. You can only your live can only be 2 hours at a time. Sonia, I'm still praying for you. Hope things are getting better. Sometimes it takes months, and sometimes it takes just weeks. and I'm only going by what I've seen um, at work. And then I just use the weeding tool to get the paper off the tape, the glue. You need to be careful not to pull up the glue. And this roll is probably maybe a couple years old, and so it sometimes it comes up with it with the paper. So the one I used yesterday was a fresher roll. I like making cake toppers, and I should post what I did because I just love that, and I thought, oh, I'll just go into like the party planning thing where I can make it because I made the cake topper, I made everybody um can koozies um with the logo on it, the theme of the party, which was it was when I hey Oreo Mouse, welcome in, see story time. So it was for my 66th birthday. And so I had Route 66 as the theme. And because Route 66, it starts in, if you don't know the history of Route 66, it starts, the Route 66 starts in Illinois and ends in um, California. And even though I lived in California, I didn't want to use California. Um, and I was raised my younger years in Illinois, but I was born in Wisconsin, so I didn't want to use Illinois either. I wanted to use Texas, and Texas is for my shirt, and Texas is the exact center of the route. So I have a great grandbaby that was born in Oklahoma, and I had a great grandbaby have a great grandbaby that was born in California. So their shirts was California and then Oklahoma, and my son was actually born in Illinois, so Illinois, but and then everybody else was born in Mexico. So of the oops. Anyway, so it was fun. It was fun, and my cake topper was said happy birthday Route 66. So I'll show that since I need to make some posts. I'll do that whole thing because I've never posted those here. And I had a for my first anniversary of moving to Texas, then I had a anniversary party Texas, and so I made a lot of Texas themed things and treat bags and stuff. That was fun. So paper crafting was my start in crafting. I mean, not counting because I've been sewing since I was 9. My auntie had taught me how to sew, and so I've been sewing since I was 9, and with quite a few years off in between. And then my mom was a crafter, and 'cause she's from I forgot what it's called, but um, where you don't throw anything away, you reuse it. And so, oh, thread used to come on wood spools. Those always, those always made great little um, animals, you glue them together and stuff, and a lot of fun things. So anyway, oh, I did macrame. Okay, so here's the top part. And I've been saying, be careful not to touch the acetate. It does clean well, so I don't have any fingerprints on it yet. So I'm going to set this aside out of my way. And this is the bottom. Really, Bobby? I love those wooden spools. I remember when we went through, I think it was Pennsylvania. Um, we always spent our summers traveling, and I love that. I've been I've been to all of the United States, um, except for Hawaii. It's the only state that I haven't been in, and but anyway, let me think. We were going. It's most of you. Some of you mean I come from a sailboat racing family, and so we traveled for that. And my dad, well, actually, he was getting a camper. He got it was called a Shasta. It was just a little like two-person, which are really cute and retro now, but um he had he had got a trailer, and it had rolled over in a tornado, and so it was destroyed. So the only thing that was good was the axle. And so anyway, so he stripped it down, and I'm getting my stories mixed up. So that's the trailer thing. The boat, he had got a boat, and we were going to Holland. And oh, I was so excited. We were going to Holland. I was little. I didn't know there was such a thing as Holland, Michigan. But that's what it was. And we lived in Illinois, and so Michigan's not that far. So anyway, so that was our vacation. We went to Holland, Michigan to pick up the oh my gosh, the mask that my dad had someone there make it for this boat that he was making. He made a boat, and anyway, but it's just like going to Holland, I would think, because they had the windmills, they had the tulips, um, and we got wood shoes, and we learned the history of, they would put their shoes outside, um, their wooden shoes, and then Father Christmas will fill them with candy and little trinkets. So I just love history stories, and um, so yeah, and all the while that I was there, I was thinking we were in Holland, and but it wasn't. I did learn before I went and told everybody at school we went to Holland. I did learn that it was Michigan, that we didn't leave the United States. And but it was so much fun. Happy memories. I remember going in the mill and learning how learning how things. Now where does this go? Oh, it goes on one of the sides that you attach. Okay. Um, anyway, so getting to the wooden spool things, I remember getting um getting large getting large spools, and what they were from was they had the sheep, and they would spin the wool, and it would go on those spindles. And so I remember that, and people would make like they would make candle holders out of them, and that's why they would collect those. But it was fun. And um, this one gal, she had an Angora bunny sitting in her lap, and she would just be, um, it was sitting in her lap, and then she would just stroke the bunny's hair, and she'd have a clump of the fur, and then she would twist it on the yarn that was there that she was making. And so the bunny was just laying in her lap, just not being harmed at all. And she was making angora yarn. And so yeah, I love handcrafting. Anything handcrafted is like, I don't need to go to the store and buy gifts. I always handcrafted them. And if people don't like them, then they're not on my list for the next year. I mean, if they'd rather have a store bought, then let Santa Claus bring it to you then. Okay, I think, no, let me make sure this is all the pieces I need. Yep. Huh. Okay, so, oh, this is a the insert. I don't think I have enough pieces. Okay, we'll just continue on. Because this is for this one. Hmm. Okay, so this has a tab. I think that, Bobby, it was Coax and Clark that was the thread company. Um, I don't know of any other one um, growing up. If there was any other thread, I didn't know about it because ours was always Cloaks and Clark. And uh, I might be saying that wrong now that I'm hearing it, but I know that it was Clark. Coats, yeah, Coats, and Clark, Clark. And it probably was only cotton because um we didn't have blended stuff. You had linen, wool, and cotton clothing. Oh, with the E at the end. Thank you, Bobby. Okay, looking at my box. 1, 2. I do have enough. Um, I just don't know why. Oh, that's whatever. We'll figure it out, and if I have to make more, I'll make more. But this is only 2 of these and 4 of these, and that's what I have. Oh, because we don't do okay. I'm getting it together now because we don't put these on the we don't put panels on the Hey Greg, welcome in. So here's what the box looks like when it's got the separators in there. And you could take them out and then like share. Like one can have one sitting um at their chair area and the other at the other. Anyway, um I would really love to get back into macrame. It's calling me, but I know with my thumbs, I've got arthritis in my thumbs, and at first I thought it was carpal tunnel, but I think that's more in your wrist area. And so the doctor said, no, it's arthritis. And I've had X-ray on my hands because my left thumb, I can't I can't trust it to hang on to it. Sometimes you'll see me grab my mug like this because I don't have the strength in my thumb at that time to guarantee that I'm not going to drop that mug. Hello, DB. Welcome in the bushes doing house stuff like housework, cleaning. I was reminiscing about when I had pet sitting. I would stay in their house while they left, so that way the pets. Hi V, welcome in. Um, so the pet can stay in their own home and not get stressed out because they're already missing their family and don't understand why their family left them. And so, but they loved it when Auntie Gail would come. Anyway, so one of them had those Hallmark houses, and because all their kids were gone and moved out, then they just converted. They took 2 of the bedrooms and knocked out the wall and expanded it and made it their permanent Hallmark villages, those houses. And they said, "Oh, and don't worry about cleaning in here. we just take the snow and sprinkle it back on top of the roofs. I'm like, okay, works for me. But I loved looking at at all the little things that they had. And I had another one that had trains, the little trains, and had the set up on a big piece of plywood on top of the pool table they don't use anymore. And it was so fun to see look for what they added to it. And it just reminded me of when I was growing up. We would, when we lived in Illinois, but my mom's family still lived in Wisconsin, we'd travel up there. Hey, Terry, welcome in. We travel up there, and we would go. Back then, everything wasn't so um integrated. Like in Wisconsin, they had like the French Quarter, the German Quarter, the um uh Polish Quarter, and so everybody decorated according to their traditions, their country's traditions. I loved it. Oh, it was just amazing. And that's what we did when we would travel up to go visit my grandma and grandpa on my mom's side. So I had a great childhood. Sometimes when you're in your childhood, you don't think you have a great childhood, but then when you're reminiscing, and it's like I had a great childhood. But I didn't like, many of you have heard, I didn't grow up with a TV, and I still don't have a TV. Of course, I have my laptop and I watch my movies on the laptop, but I don't have a TV. And I'm good with that. I don't need a TV. But the only problem is that when I go to a house that has a TV, and if when I was house sitting, and then they got all these remote controls, and I'm like, how do you do it? So then they'd have to like they took a picture of all the remote controls and then wrote on the paper, on the copy, what which ones. So anyway, um, okay. Oh, a miniature tree topper. What? They have jelly rolls for a quarter? Oh, I just saw because what was I looking for? Oh, I was looking for some more of that fabric, um, the coffee that has the coffee cups on it. I was looking for some more of that because some people wanted some things made with that, and I couldn't find any. And but I found the stores that have the jelly rolls, and I'm like, wow. And I thought I was onto something, and then it's like, oh no, people tell me, oh no, they always had those, and da da da. But anyway, um, I have Cash App, and I didn't know how to use it, and so um, this is the bottom. Um, anyway, but then the manager at HEB helped me with it, and so then it's like, okay, now I can go get some fabric because I know how to use my Cash App now. I know how to get the money off the card. Okay, so that's the top. I think these pieces are the same. Hey, Crafty Leo. Wait. Oh, so she's not here. You're just talking about her. Found a couple at her store. Mine didn't have any. Demps looked too and didn't have any. You know what, Marilyn? Sometimes you really have to look for them because where I had seen just one roll in where they have ribbon and it was in there. I don't think that the people unboxing stuff in the store knows what that is. Otherwise it would have been in the fabric area, but they had it in the ribbon area. And then when I went to another store which had more fabric, it was like a fabric store in that one. They had a box and it was in with the jelly rolls, and it was in with the styrofoam items, like the styrofoam balls and stuff. And so you just really have to browse and look because, like I said, seeing that, it's like they don't know what it's used for, so they didn't know where to place it. Okay, so this is what's confusing to me. Okay, all right. I'm glad I made my prototype because and I made it while I was watching the video. And so I'm glad I have it so I can reference it. So now this piece that I put the panels on goes with the top part. This piece here goes with the bottom. That's the inside part. So I'm going to put that aside and we're going to finish this. So um, it goes in this side. Okay, so it goes on here, the tape. If you're using glue, you would put glue. And they had the jelly. So I don't know about the 25-cent thing because um I didn't have a need for that at that time. And so, but yeah, if you have to have the app, that's a good idea to then scan it. See, we can learn a lot from the basket people. I know Sonia, when they're talking the penny deals and stuff like, ouch. Okay, I just nipped it. It didn't cut. I'm like, um, but they're East Coast. I don't know. I don't know about any. We don't have those stores here. We do have Ollie's. I have yet to step foot into Ollie's yet, though. But I get the Ollie's app, and I know it's just down the street. It's across from our church, actually. Not exactly across, but across the street, and then at the end of the road. Okay. I hope I put that on right. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna wait to put that one on because I know this one goes like this. Nope. Oops. Okay. So it's supposed to go here, but I've got everything on the wrong side. So I should have, if anybody's going to do this, make sure that you put this all together before you put the panels on, because now my panels are on the wrong side. And let's see if I can get it off. Just like I said, this glue, this is really strong. It's okay if I don't get the glue up, just as long as I don't tear that cardstock, because that's going to be the inside of my box. Okay. And if you weren't here before, now this has all this glue still left behind, but this is a it's called a glue residue eraser, and you get it from the Dollar Tree. You can get it at other places if you want to pay more, but it will get that off. I don't know if I want to been on almost an hour. May work on that later. So let's see. So at least that sounds correct. All right, let me try and get this off. Well, that will be the last time that I do that. I'll be making sure that I put the edges together first. So there's so on this panel, there's one end that has the fold that you're going to attach to the other piece, and then this is squared off piece, because other end the other piece will have the flat and then no edge. So this one, you would glue it like here, and then when you get that glued, then you bring it over and then this one will be, it's easier when it's done, and then this will come over and glue onto this side. I mean, this will go there. So I may just go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and do this. I know I don't have the panels on there, but to save the video, when you just save the live, I'm just going to go ahead and maybe use this piece and cut panels out later. Okay. Yes, they are, Robin. I was so happy I was so happy when I found them, because it's like I remember all the tools that I really enjoyed, Um, and not everything came with me when I moved from California, and so I was happy to be able to find that again. And I used to have some really nice sea sponges to do some, the ink and do some, but um, I don't think it was. Oh, it was the sandpaper. I was looking for the sandpaper. It was sanding block because I like to sand the edges if they get too rough. And when I'm cutting, and that I couldn't find it. Okay, so then that's how that would go. And then you bring this over and this over. And so, and I did this so that I know, okay, this is where I need to put tape. And I know I need to still add panels here, but I got to get them off of that. And that glue is going to take a while to get it off of those 3 panels. So I'm going to save the live by doing this. Since I have a prototype to show. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this one down. I just need some more need some more glue on this because this one totally came off. And just a little piece. So at that one, the one Hobby Lobby that I saw, they had the Christmas um, jelly rolls, and now seeing the Hey 755, come in, seeing the scrappy tree that Jess and Stacy made. Now I would know what to do with that jelly roll is make a scrappy tree. But my house I turned into a craft house. I don't really have I don't have furniture that isn't for the craft room. I don't have a couch. My bedroom is my bedroom. No, no, no. It hasn't been invaded with machines in there. Um, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm like, well, why do I have one with the hole on it? It's because I need that. I do need to use that piece. So this piece is definitely, huh, okay. I thought I was being clever here. This piece is definitely for the inside part. And this piece is definitely for the outside because it has this. It's just on the wrong side. All right. Let me get this undone before it becomes permanent. And we just have to, is I'm an hour in. Oh, I don't really need to remove the glue off of this part because it needs to be glued there. Okay. All right, let me get it off of here. Yeah, and this does not tear up the fabric. I mean, it doesn't tear up the paper, the this glue, this eraser. And you just, because it gets on here like this, and I just pull it off. Some people, like with the flock dots, they just don't like that. They just can't stand that stick. It doesn't bother me. Hey, Tin, welcome in. So this is what I'm doing. The box, and so it has divider in there that you could put, and they're removable. You don't have to even put the divider in there. You can have, if you wanted, like, you see, if you just wanted to use like this for cookies or one thing. Otherwise, it has the two things where you can have two different things. And these are kisses that I just had here. These are strawberry, and these are birthday. So, and then it uses an acetate for here, but you don't have to use that either. Sorry for the late response, was on a call. Oh, Sharon. Okay. So I messed up and put the panels on the wrong side. I need it to be on this side because I need to attach. Whoops. I need to attach it this way. So so now I'm trying to get these panels off of here. I thought I could use this, but this is truly for the back of it. Because I need this for the front. So my suggestion is learn and put all of these together before you start putting panels on. So now I'm just trying to get it off. I used the two-sided glue. It's pretty strong. I heard something tearing. Okay, it's okay that the back side of the panel is tearing. Let me put these like this so I know those go together. Hi, Evelyn. So what kind of traditions did you guys have growing up, or traditions that you do now um with your family? We would always we went to Wisconsin a lot. I mean, we lived on the border of Illinois and Wisconsin. Um and we would go up to the tree farm up there. My dad would go up. He would load us up in the station wagon as kids. Mom would stay home. And then we'd go and traipse around. We would be bundled up in our snowsuits and hats and the hood and the scarf and everything. You've seen you've seen that, or you've lived it, where um, kids can't move. But we'd traipse in that snow and in the tree lot and tree farm, and we'd pick out a tree. So we thought my dad guided us to the correct tree that he wanted. But you know, in my childhood, I believed that we all agreed on the tree. I mean, we all picked it out, and then he would saw it down with the handsaw. And you taking a break from packing or unpacking, Evelyn? Anyway, so then he would pay the man, and he'd have it up on top of the roof, and then we'd travel back to Illinois, and mom just wasn't doing nothing when she was home. She was making homemade eggnog, and her eggnog was like a custard. It was so good, creamy. That's when as an adult and I saw eggnog in a carton, I'm like, that's not eggnog. So but anyway, so then um the fire would be going in the fireplace, and let me see. Okay. I just stabbed myself with this. Um excuse me. I gotta get a band-aid. Be right back. That's why I won't use a rotary blade on live because still remember when that I still remember when that happened to Miss Eve. It's fine. Um but thank you. Oh, I know you're so excited, Evelyn. I really pray that you do get to be in your new home. I mean, in your newly remodeled home for the holidays. That's going to be a really special Christmas. All right, I'm keeping my thumb out of the way. Let me move this away so I don't stab myself. Trying to get underneath the glue. The panels are good. I'm glad that, well, let me finish before I okay. So everything's good. The putting this away right now. So the glue, I am going to have to remove it before I assemble it. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult to do it assembled. Like I said, I'm anxious to make more when I'm done here. I've got the black cardstock out, and and I'm going to do, and I have some really pretty black and silver decorative paper, and But I'm gonna make one for my son. Hopefully they're not watching. But but of course I'm not, he's a Marine, and so I'm not gonna do anything glittery or fancy. It'll be solid colors. And his will be the Reese's peanut butter cups. I think I'll still use the divider in it, just so that gives the box more stability. But that's his fave is those. And as I said earlier, there's ways you can embellish the box if you're giving it as gift. Um, I'm going to do like um, a belly band around it, which is a strip of cardstock, and then it just slips on and slips off, but that way it'll hold it together. And then you can make like a paper bow, or you could do like paper flowers or something to like put it on the top. And so I'll be playing around with those two, and I'll make them. I'll put them as a post as I come up with ideas. Like I said, I'm in a 25-day challenge. Today is day 3 of 25. And so I'm posting more on my Instagram. I'm still got to learn how to do that. And and then I started posting on my Facebook page again. I kind of stopped posting there because I need to like revamp that whole thing because it's supposed to be my business page. And um and I have a Facebook group that I'm trying to get together. Have that closed, but the challenge doesn't include the group. It includes your Instagram and your page, and if you have TikTok or um I don't think we're doing threads or anything else, but anyway, so it's basically just able to post more. And and so I did something different yesterday. I posted a picture of this item and said, "You wanna watch me make it? Come over." And and I put the thumbnail in the comments. And that was another thing, is learning how to make a better thumbnail that would grab attention. And so trying to not make it real busy, and learning proper way to do your description and hashtags and stuff. And so it's like it's awesome. It's awesome to learn. And that's Craftable Thinks. She's being a real good teacher. I mean, she is a good teacher, and it's very kind of her um, to be doing this with everything else she has going on. But and that's what I like about this community, um, is because it's hard enough doing business, even for a guy just doing a home business. Um, but when you get in a community that is caring and uplifting, gosh, that makes all the difference in the world. Because you don't go anywhere when you have people that are looking at it as a competition, and and they're always putting you down, or putting your items down and stuff. And it's like they've got something going on internally with themselves, to strike out and attack other people. And I know it happens. I know it happens. I mean, people try and come and tell me how to do things, and It's like if I'm doing something wrong, I don't mind being guided to a better way, but don't team too much. She needs it's a new shirt. uh yeah, it's like Marilyn, I put the hashtags in, when you're setting up. Um they're all in my YouTube thing in the customization or the details or something like that, but they never show up in the description. And so that's what I did. And she said, no, 3 is good. Don't. So I did. So I put them in here and it's at the bottom in the description at the bottom. And so this is the inside. And see, so I have like a wet mark from um the glue, and it is still a little sticky, but it's good enough right now. This will end up being mine because, and I'll end up, if I can't get this off, I mean, it'll be covered up by um these inserts will cover it up, but I want to make sure that, see, it's still a little bit sticky. Um, so I'll go ahead and I'll put some decorative paper over this um later, but I just want to move on because I'm an hour and 21 minutes in and I only get 2 hours on restream. Okay, so this needs to go. This is on the wrong side too. Um okay, so that just peeled right off. All right. So I know there's so much to learn. I don't even know what those themes are that she was saying in the members live. Um, and I need to just like break things down in segments and learn that, then move on to the next segment. That was a lot of information thrown at once, and of course, go back and watch the replay. And um, but yeah, algorithms and all those other things. I don't know, but at least what I did remember, I did apply. Because all of us that do any kind of education, any kind of teaching, I mean, even when you're teaching your kids, and because we know better as an adult, we've done all the stupid things our kids are doing, and we try and steer them in in a better direction. But no, they have to do it their way and learn. Um, it says my connection was lost, but can you still hear me? I don't. My Wi-Fi is still on, but anyway, our kids have to do it. But sometimes people ask you for help, and they ask you a question, and you give your expert advice because you've already lived it, you've already learned from it. Like this here, I learned from this, and then they go and do whatever anyway. And it's like, I don't want to. Oh, that's right. I have to do this. I don't want to. I don't want to waste my breath on that person anymore. Thank you, Bobby. All right, fingers are out of the way while I use my scissors because these are sharp. They are very sharp. Okay. Now this is going to get attached to this. Oh, and all these glues are on the wrong side. So this is a lesson I am definitely not going to forget, and especially me poking myself with this. But I'm definitely going to put these together before I come and put the glue on all of it. So this goes there. Yeah, there's still crumbly glue there. And then this will go here, and then this gets taped here. But I wanna get this off. Oh yeah, and I need to do the panels. Do these panels. Okay, Geneva, welcome in. Thank you for being here. And yes, and everybody, please remember to hit the thumbs up. And even when you come back for the replay, if you hadn't, please do that. And if you can leave a comment under the video saying that you were here, um, that would be awesome as well. So I like it when people leave a comment saying that they caught the replay, because the numbers are up, and then it's like, oh, I wonder who that who's watching after the video's over. Okay. Hmm. No, I'm being too cautious. I can't find an edge to lift. There we go. And these boxes I made Monday night with Lena. Well, she did embroidery. I did the boxes, and these are the ornament boxes for the teachers' ornaments. They can also be used for like candies, and this is the 3-inch box. This is the ornament. I just don't have. They still have to put the faces on, but I wanted to get the boxes done because my goodness, they only have a couple more weeks of school, and then they're on break again. And so we'll have everything done. I just have to get the faces cut out. They're going to be snowmen, and I have the black vinyl out here, but I have to go in the other room to find some orange. Trees, Marilyn, Eve, Angel are all wonderful teachers. I've learned so much from all of them. Yes. Thank you, Oreo. Yes, Greg, thank you. Yeah. Marilyn was my first. Um, I followed her when I got my Cricut. I found her and she was making earrings, and that's what I wanted to do, is um learn how to make faux leather earrings with my Cricut. And then she started doing rhinestones. And of course, I've always been interested in rhinestones, but she was doing glitter cardstock and struggling with that. And I knew I was going to be retiring and moving, so it's like I'll just keep doing it. And then I don't know who came next, between Patrice or Eve. But I know my rhinestone journey um, started March of 2023 because I took Eve's class that she has on her website, and then I was also registered for the Patrice's beginner class, and I had just had surgery. That was my first surgery, and that was a long recovery, but survived it. I know. I know, and you don't do earrings anymore. You need to get back and do earrings. I just came across when I had to go in the room to get the glue, I came across my white faux leather that, you know, um Amy had inspired me to get from, I think it's the peach something from um Etsy. And I know peach polka dot, I don't know what the name of it is, but it's really nice leather. Oh, as a matter of fact, that's what I made these earrings out of, is the white faux leather. And then I put white glitter on the back, and I hand glued all these flat back rhinestones on there. That was for Bling Fest 2023. The color was white. So, but I do have I have a bin where all my earring making stuff is, and it's I can get to it. So I may be doing some earrings during this challenge because I haven't done a video on that yet. Yeah, and my beginning Melody Lane was also, she was the paper crafter, and then Miss Rita to the rescue. Both have passed on now, but mhm. Okay, Evelyn. Evelyn, you want to come on stage with me when I do it? We can make them together. So the challenge that Patrice has us doing, it's and you can sign up for however many you want. Some people, well, I need to get moving faster. Anyways, so it's 25 days, and some people signed up for just once a week. Some people, um, 3 times a week. I don't know what the other options were because I knew I was going to do it every day. And okay, um, I knew I was going to do it every day, and it's 25 days of posting, not including what you already do, which, yes, first the house. Yeah, then you can be crafting from your newly renovated house. Anyway, so it's helping me to like dig into things that I love to do and haven't done in a while. So once again, these are not square. These panels are not squares. So before you put them down, whether you use glue or if you use, like me, the tape, um, uh, make sure before you press it down onto the cardstock that it is the correct way. It's not much of a difference, but you could tell. Um, the other kind of tape that I like to use, that I always used in my uh, um, um, paper crafting back in the day, was that red tape. And oh, that is really super um, strong. And so it's just a red tape, and it's like it's on a roll like this, and you put it down, and then you'll peel off the red when you're ready for it. Okay, so now this is excuse me. This is all put together now. Um and now this tape is on the wrong side. I kind of think because I have less than 30 minutes left, it may stay there. Let me see. Yeah, it'll show. It'll show if I just leave the tape on there, you'll see it. But you know what? This is going to be my thing, so I'm just going to leave it there because I don't want to have to remove all the sticky. So going to tape this up. This one got damaged. So anyway, this, as I say, this is not going to win any beauty pageant, but it's going to be done. And and I hope you all are learning from it, from the oopsies. I'm not going to call them an error because it's just a oops. Learn to put the join these pieces together before you put any tape on and put any panels on. Okay, so at least you'll get to learn the assembly of this. Um, so the bottom is the same way as the top. I keep wanting to put it in there. I don't know what just happened. I think I moved my mouse and it made me extra big. The chat came back. I'm trying to, because I have no controls now. Um, Oops, I have one more over here to do. But I can see the chat. Okay. All right. I started Laser Journey with Marilyn, and I just wanted to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. We're going to end up making Marilyn cry. Okay, Evelyn, thanks for watching. And if you can, remember, send me an email so that I have your email address and we'll be in touch. My, yeah, I'm about to have more free time. Not that I want it, because I do absolutely enjoy spending time with my great grands, but they'll be moving soon, and that was the whole goal. We only had them while their dad was deployed, and he's back. Okay, so I am ready to go ahead and put this together before I forget, which I almost did. And then I can show you how to put this together, and then the bottom will be the same way. Um, so you just put it here, and then this side is flat, and then you just bring it over here. I shouldn't have removed all of that paper from that, but I forgot. Okay, so now you have this all connected like this. You're going to bring this down. I'm sorry. So you're going to bring these in. And so you just be careful. And I mean careful because you get this lined up, and this glue, once you put it down, it's difficult. And so then you get the next one lined up over here, and then you can hold it, because then it's going to stay put, and then get these lined up. Sorry, I'm out of camera. Hey, Marlies, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Oreo. Okay, there's the lid. It's beautiful, except for my crunched area. But it'll be better. The next one will be better. And the first one I did while watching the video, and pausing it. That's what I like about, finding a tutorial, because then I can pause it, do what they just did, turn it back on, and finish it. So this is the finished product. And these panels come out, and here's one that will go in the bottom of this one. And so, and then I'm going to go ahead and make another one. So then I take the rounded edge of this. You can use whatever you want, but like I said, I've got the arthritis in my wrist and my thumbs, so pressing down with my fingers is not going to be very beneficial as far as like getting a good press, getting that glue pressed in there. And then this is what the inside will look like, minus all this extra tape. I'm just going to leave those in there because I'm not going to be able to get that glue off. So, and it's just going to be mine, and it could be even used for like the clips or anything, you know, that you want, and some craft supplies. And so, what time? 15 minutes left. And so this is, I'll go ahead and just stick that on here. So you have this to look at. And so that's what it's going to look like, except for the inside pieces will be the blue. So here, um, see this panel, this is the bottom. And then this panel, it has like the tab, and this one does not. So that means that this one that has the tab goes attached down here. And this is the way it should have been before I sewn the panels on. Go ahead and and then I need some tape here. Get my fingers out of the way. And yes, even when you're not here, I do that too. Talk to myself to remind myself, get them fingers out of the way, especially after I make a cut. I think I'll be going in Dollar Tree, get some fresh. Hi, Anna Smith. Thank you for coming in. I'm just about finished. Okay, so then this is the bottom. So I'm going to put my tapes on here. Hi, Show Green. Thank you. Thank you. So it's by Simply Crafty SVGs. Um from oh, I forget, that's the phone. So from you go into Creative Fabrica, and it's called the Hexagon Candy Box. She's also on YouTube. You can find her channel um, and see other things that she has. That's where I got this pattern from as well for the ornament, which that can also be a treat. That can also be used as a treat box. This is the 3 inch. She does the 4 inch, and I think I'm going to get the 4 inch too, so I can use those um, for the little treats for the teachers. And I like doing. Did anybody do not the pet rocks, but the painted rocks, and then you just leave the rocks in random places? I used to do that. And that's okay, Anna. You can watch the replay. And I'm probably going to be doing these on um I'll probably be doing these on some more of these on Night Owl Crafting. And Lena's been wanting to do a pop up on her because she just does pop up, and and so she's been wanting to do that on her channel. I just couldn't do it last night because I had to get everything prepped, and I still had to make my post for the day. And so anyway, so she's talking about maybe going tonight, and I says that's good. You know, I just get because I do so those of you that are new, welcome. And I do live on Monday night. We call it Night Out Crafting. That is at 9:15 Central. And and I also do Wednesday 11:45 a.m. Central and Thursday 5 p.m. Central. And that is with Friday excuse me, Thursday is with the Pachek crew. So those are my scheduled times. And Lena, she doesn't have a schedule. She just pops up when she can because she's very busy with her business and taking care of her family. And anyway, so she's been wanting to do a pop-up because she has things that she wants to get done. And that's basically what our night owl is to get work done. And sometimes, you know, sometimes when we invite somebody up, we do a project. Like we made children's aprons, and my kids love them. And anyway, so we'll probably go. It's just going to be a pop up um, over on her channel, and and so getting to the point. Sorry, rambling. Anyway, so getting to the point. I'll be making some more of these boxes and probably over there. She was talking about tonight, but I don't know what time because she's gotta she's gotta feed her people and get them situated before she can get her time. Anyhow, and I tutor my great grandkids on Wednesdays. So oh, I got 7 minutes. I don't know what's going to happen. They say it just ends at 2 hours. I'm on Restream, and we might we might end up finding out uh, because it's an hour and 53 minutes, and now I just glued this to the table or to my mat. There we go. All right. We okay. Maybe that works better. Doing it, rolling it. Okay, so again, we're going to start with these two that are right at the front, and now the gal that made the pattern and was doing the video, she uses glue. I don't mind having flock dot sticking to me. I don't mind having this stuff stick to me. I am not a fan of glue. Even though back in the day, we would stick our finger in the rubber cement. We would stick our finger in the rubber cement. It was nice and cold, and then we'd peel it off. But the things we did as so that's the bottom, and there's no flaws in the bottom. That's awesome. And then this is one of the sides or one of the inserts, and so it just slips inside there, and then I have the other one, which I'm not going to do because we've got to. Whoa, it's gonna. Oh, it's 155. How did it just do that? It was 159. Now it's 155. I don't know. But anyway, so here is our box. And it'll look better with the two in there. Let me just with and you could do it without. Like I say, you could just have it without. You can have this all cookies or something. So there you go. Um, Now I want to thank everybody for coming in and oh, I still don't have any controls. Let me try and shrink this down. Of course, when I click on something, it takes forever for my phone to do it. Anyway, so I really love this, and I'm going to be making more. So if you're not subscribed to Lena Doyle Crafting, please subscribe to her and turn on the notifications. And because we're going to do a pop up, and she's got things she's got to make, and then I'm going to be making some more of these boxes. And I'm on my box error now. So the next box that I'm going to do, I'll be making it next Wednesday. I'm not going to tell you what it is, it'll be a surprise. But anyway, catch us tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Central for the Patch Hack crew. And my shirt, I've got oh, I have no controls. Anyway, so my shirt it's the little red truck, and it's not a template. It was one of those I got from where I got my red pink flock from, and a it was a design already made. You just iron it on. So thank you, Marlies. Yes, I love these boxes. And they're easy to make. There's just some things, uh that I did a oops, instead of putting it all together before putting the panels on. So yes, I think the blue is pretty too. And the red is pretty as well. Um, but I just did regular cardstock on this because it was my prototype. I didn't want to do any fancy. But well, I'm not going to pull it out because I don't know what's going on. The time keeps resetting. It keeps resetting. Anyway, I love it. I love y'all. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being on this journey with me. And I just love crafting with y'all. All right. That's that's it. Bye. Peace and love. And I don't know how to shut it off since I don't have any controls. Let me see. I don't know. There's no off button. Oh, end stream. Okay.